My name is Finn. I'm Lego Finn on Flickr, and this is my Cyberpunk city. It was inspired by the Brolug collabs a few years back, which back in the day I always wanted to do something similar, but at the time could never really figure out how to get the aesthetic quite right. So now, about 5 years later, I kind of started this. Actually started it before I knew I was going to be displaying it here at Brickworld, and then just developed it on over the past 2 years, I think. So I had a year out at uni where I wasn't able to get much done. But yeah, I'm fairly happy with how it turned out. Yes, got docks at the front with the polluted water, and it then moves up through onto a second layer with bridge coming off. I wanted to then go back down inside the city, so you got it going down, you got it going up at the same time. So you got more slum kind of area with illegal housing on top of the hanging monorail, which the monorail was actually based off an actual train in Germany. It's pretty much identical. I thought that was just really cool. I mean, a hanging monorail, why not? It's so sci-fi, it doesn't look out of place in a cyberpunk build. And then just the richer, cleaner apartments area on top.
Yeah, it's really fantastic work. And the thing I love about themes like this, like the cyberpunk builds, is there's so much detail and so much going on. So where do you start with a build like this as you kind of plan it out?
I didn't actually plan this out at all. I kind of just started with the front bit, took loads of screenshots from the other Cyberpunk collabs to kind of be inspired by that, because there's a few bits you can tell, like the docks with the slanted front bit, which was pretty much directly inspired. And yeah, I guess I kind of built it in the way a city like this would be made over time, just bit by bit, working through it, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't. And then I tried to build each section as if it could have been its own individual build. So it got the level of detail I wanted. Because I feel like some big builds often neglect areas and just don't always detail it as much, as I wanted every single piece of detail, which again was tricky to get without making it just look messy.
Exactly. So what are some of your favorite details, like minifigs or little scenes in here?
I like the crane bit. For some reason I like the crane. Just looked nice. The vehicles were fun to make. Like the hover tuk-tuk, that's pronounced. Police speeder on top. There's quite a recent one. There's the red tank inspired by Coal Black on Flickr. It was big inspiration for that little bit. I felt like I didn't have quite enough vehicles. The food restaurant.
I do really like the food area there.
It worked well, especially with the light brick, which I literally just put in for World of Lights, because I didn't know that was a thing. Otherwise, I'd have put a lot more lights in it. And it looked quite nice, backlit, quite realistic. Yeah, couldn't really come up with a interesting name for it, so it is just named Food, which, again, was a lot easier to write, I think. But yeah.
There you go. Thank you so much for bringing it out to Brickworld here. I'm glad you could put it on display. Thank you.
Thank you for filming it and asking questions and doing whatever this is. Yeah.
Sure, no problem. Thanks.
Thank you.